Hello, a month in the life of a carrot. The reason I made this video was because I had a number of subscribers and gardeners new to the channel asking me about carrots and why their carrots didn't grow and why they were taking so long and what had they done wrong. And to be perfectly honest, they've probably done nothing wrong. I can think of a couple of reasons why carrots won't grow. It's nothing to do with the garden. I'll just give you one. The seeds weren't viable. They wouldn't have grew if I'd planted them. Never mind you. They just wouldn't have. So it's not your fault. But one thing I would say, if you're going to grow in buckets, one bucket doesn't cut it. 2 buckets doesn't cut it. You're going to need quite a few buckets to grow carrots. Because chances are there will be failures, but hey, the more buckets you've got, the more chance you'll get that mother load. The more chance you'll get that mother load. Let me show you how I do it and give you a couple of tips and suggestions. These are the buckets I use. They're an ex-cut flower water bucket that I get from Morrison's. Check this out. So as you can see, when Morrison's are done with them, they bundle them up and sell them off for next to nothing. Bring them home, pop a few holes in the bottom, drainage holes. You've got a bucket you can grow carrots in. And what I would suggest you do, if you get some of these, is that you make yourself something like this from a 10-inch pizza base, or something like this from any old netting that you have, and it'll give you a grid pattern. It'll give you something that will enable you to manage your expectations. These are not big buckets. You're not going to get hundreds of carrots out of here, so it's pointless sowing hundreds of carrots. So a scattergun approach with your seeds is no good. Before you know where you're at, you've planted half a packet of seeds, and that's a few hundred seeds. Ridiculous. So you want something like this, and if you place that, if I can hold it, on the soil like that, and mark your stations, take it off. All your stations are marked, sow your seeds, 1 in each station. 30 stations, you know you've sown 30 seeds. This bucket will not be overcrowded and you will not need to do any thinning out. You will not. In fact, when I cut you to this 2-minute time lapse of carrots growing over a month, you'll see that there's no carrots shoulder to shoulder, which is what we're trying to avoid. Hopefully there'll be no scrawny carrots. Now if you don't use this, you can use this and just sow a seed every other square. How's that? That should do the trick, shouldn't it? Yeah, so make yourself one of these, or one of these, get yourself some of these from Morrison's and you're on your way. Right. Let's have a quick look at these seeds and let me tell you about this 2 minutes worth of video you're going to see of screen grabs of carrots growing over their first month sown in a bucket. Okay, so this packet actually has a timeline on it, and it says you can sow your seeds March, April, May, and then on after that, and you can start harvesting them in July, August, September, something like that. It's a bit of a stretch to start sowing carrot seeds outdoors in March in the UK, unless there's some warm weather being predicted. If it's still cold, if it's still cool, these guys are going to sit in the soil. They're not going to germinate. Now it says on here, on this packet, that seeds can take 14 to 21 days to germinate. Well, when you have a look at this 2-minute clip, you'll find that the seeds in the bucket actually start to appear after 7 days. Not 14 to 21, 7 days, the seeds start to appear, and you see the 2 seed leaves. Now at that point, they need a drink, and this is what I suggest you make yourself. I think this used to have some domestic product in it at some time in its life. I just washed it out, give it a thorough wash, labelled it up, you've got to label things up, and I spray with that. So from day 7 onwards, when those seeds are germinated, they've got a light spray every day. The last thing we want is for the bucket to dry out and those baby seeds to die. We don't want that, we've got that far, we want to keep them going. Do not use a watering can, do not use a hose pipe. Never use a hose pipe, but don't use a watering can in the first few weeks of your carrots growing. This is ample. Switch to the watering can when they get that much bigger. So the first seed leaves break through on about 7 days. You can pause the video on 7 days if you like and see if you can see them. And then I think on 17 days the first true leaves start to appear. The first true carrot leaves start to appear. Again, you can stop it on day 17 and check that out. Maybe look 16, I've maybe missed some. But as you can see, at that point you can see that the bucket is not overcrowded. There are no carrots shoulder to shoulder. You're on your way. You're on your way. If you want to count them, you can count them. You can see if you've got, full germination. If you've sown 30 seeds, have you got 30 carrots growing? I don't know. I'm not bothered if I don't get 30 carrots, as long as I get a good bunch of carrots. Only a small water bucket after all. Okay. Well, I'm going to cut you to that piece of time lapse now. Enjoy that. Stay at the end of the video, because I then wait another 3 months, I think it was, and then I harvest that bucket of carrots. So you can see what comes out of the bucket. You can decide whether you think it's worthwhile or not. And there are 3 dogs with me. There are 3 dogs with me when I take the carrots. So we can do a tasting test, can't we? Yeah, of course we can. We'll do a carrot tasting test. Okay, enjoy the video. Right, what have we got here? Tess. Huh? What have we got here? Fern. Carrots. Yeah. Can you not see in here, Dotty? Too small. Can you not? Hold on. Let's see what we've got here. Right. Let's put that bucket over there. And let's see what's in here. Not a lot so far. Well, there's our first couple of small carrots, and we're going to find out shortly if these dogs take after Molly and like their carrots. Well, they're only small, but they're perfectly formed. So at least we're getting a few carrot-shaped carrots. It's just a pity they weren't a bit bigger. They could have perhaps done with a wee bit longer in the bucket. But hey, come on, that's okay, isn't it? Small water bucket in your garden at home. Let's pop them down there. See if we can find a small one. Tess is hanging about here. We'll see if Tess fancies one of these. Oh, here's some nice small ones. There's the size of carrot I would usually give Molly. Hey Tess, come here, what's this? Hey sweetheart. Right, wait a minute. We'll try Tess first. Well, that carrot, Tess. Oh, Fern. Come on here, Fern. And this little one for Dotty. Hey, how about that? They all like carrots. Nah, keep out of there. We'll give you another one in a minute. Hold on. Well, you'd have to say we've got a bucket full. And they look quality, to be honest. They're not very big, but they do look quality. Not a single forked carrot. And none of those ugly ones. So, we have got to be happy. Keep off, I'll give you another in a minute. Have you got a taste for them? How about that? Go on, that's a result, isn't it? Keep off. That's a result. Right, let's find 3 small carrots. One for each of the dogs, eh? That's a small one. And we'll move the camera around so if you can get a better view of those carrot eating dogs. Hey Dotty, Dot, come here sweetheart. You want that? Yeah. Fern, Tess, come here. Come round here sweetheart. Hey Tess. That nice? Yeah, right. Fern's turn. Come on, Fern. Hey, Fern, come round here. There you go, sweetheart. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. The dogs have enjoyed their carrots. We'll get these scrubbed up and we'll enjoy our carrots. Hey, something for everybody here at Homegrown Veg. This is Homegrown Veg signing out.